Hello, Skylords, and welcome to the Forge, to the Masters of the Forge. In this series, we talk to members of the Skylords Reborn team about their duties, how they view the project, and what it's like to work on the game. If you want further details on the how and why of this series, check the article of the first episode on the forums. As every time, we will structure this stream in several parts, going over our guest's relation to Battleforge, his function in the team, his outlook on the project, and of course, pre-submitted and chat questions. My guest today is Ult, server developer, whose domain is the other side of which our games all connect to. Besides the code that runs on the server, this also includes all changes to the UI to make things for us appear to click, which can reach from cosmetics to achievements and much, much more. If my sources are right, he joined the Skylords team when the community update mentioned possible future features and already started successfully make some of them happen. So, welcome to the stream, Ult.
Hello there.
Hello. We were already talking a bit before the stream, of course, and this is your first public appearance within Skylords, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, you're nervous a bit?
Yeah, that's a bit my first time being interviewed this way.
This is, I think, if there are some videos or streams, this is also called a voice reveal, right?
Yes, basically, yes.
So, we start with your real life context. We want to know a bit who you are, where do you live, and we always start with the question: what country do you live in a town or on the countryside?
Oh, I live in Brazil, São Paulo, the biggest town city. My main language is Portuguese, so
yeah.
I'm sorry if my English is not that good, but yeah.
I think we are an international community, and I can understand you well, and all others have to adjust.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 28, 29 this December.
But you don't have birthday on the 18th.
It will be 19th of December.
So you are born one day after the Skylords anniversary.
Oh, didn't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, this December 18th is Skylords' birthday.
I knew them off, but not exactly the day.
Yeah. How long are you with the Skylords team now?
I joined July 3rd of 2022, so about 1 year and a half. Yeah, 1 year and a half.
That's not. And is it true that the community update fished you for the team?
Oh yes, I was thinking of doing something for the game before, but it's a responsibility, so I was not very sure. And I wanted to make things faster. Like I always thought, why things take so long? But that's true. I saw some new features like map mutators, cosmetics, progression indicator. Some of them are done, so more to come.
Yeah, that's some of these things are already achieved, which is pretty nice. One last question about you personally. What do you do for a living? What's your field of occupation in the real world?
So currently a software developer for the largest bank in Brazil, Itaú. I don't know how it's said in English, but Itaú is the biggest bank right now. I develop software for the credit analysis. So for companies,
So is this also some internal software, or is this for the people who use the bank? Then is it something like
no,
online banking
it's for internal users, for the analysts. For it's not for the general public to use. It's for internal users, the analysts, bank managers. So they request request for someone, and the system working on requests if it can approve it or not. So it's there's workflow, and I use various languages like Python, C Sharp, Java. I work with AWS, so Amazon, cloud computing. Yeah, it's my field.
then you can that's funny. Then you can answer a question I always had on my mind when I'm in a bank, because when I'm in a bank, then I say I want to withdraw, let's say 100 euros. All right, and
Okay.
then I see the keyboard which she operates, and then she enters 100, and then she presses enter 25 times. Why is that?
That might be a legacy system, because much of the current systems are legacy. Legacy in a way, it works with a mainframe, a big computer that the bank owns. So the legacy system is not so fast. It's but current applications, the one I'm working on, it's already modern. So shouldn't have to press like 1,000 times. You press a button, then it becomes disabled, so you can press it again, and the system is much faster.
All right.
I'm working on this, on transforming legacy system into modern ones, migrating for local computers to cloud computers.
I see.
So they are much faster, responsive.
I think the software that my bank uses is pretty old, so that's a good explanation you gave.
It should be a black screen, like it's a very old system, but it's difficult to change it to switch applications because it's critical. You can't simple change it, switch it. So because if it fails, the banks is heavily damaged.
Yeah,
it's public image.
Of course. So rather press a button 100 times than the whole bank fails.
I don't know. You shouldn't have to press 100 times, but you also don't want to wait like 10 seconds, so you do something in between, like press the button.
Alrighty, let's go to Battleforge. When did you first play the game? Was it back then the original Battleforge, or did you join in Skylords?
I did play back in the day, like 2013, when the game ended. So I did spend a lot of money, because back in the day it was basically pay to win. You can do almost anything without paying. But some people bought gold for BFP, so sometimes I could sell some gold and get some BFP. Like the first card I bought was Living Tower. It was amazing, like my first encounter. It was so cool. The tower, so strong.
Yeah, it was. It was. I remember very fondly of spamming Living Towers like hell.
It was super strong Living Towers compared to the ones you get when starting.
Yeah, it is. It's often those it's often those first cards you get. Like it isn't something like Wheel of Gifts or something. I mostly remember something like Living Tower or getting my first Frost Mage.
Yes, like I must go the route, like buying Three Spirit, Thornbark wasn't that expensive. So also the T4 route. What's the main? I went with the uncommons because they were cheap.
Yeah.
It's Spore Launcher, yes. Spore Launcher
Yeah,
was
Spore
super strong
Launcher.
too. Was super
And
strong for ship card.
you mentioned that you spent money. How much in, let's say, dollars? How much did you spend?
Back in the days, I started this free, but I didn't have a job. So I started some trainee jobs, but I received much less money, of course, but maybe $500.
How old,
500.
how old were you back then?
2013, at least 18, 17.
Yeah,
Maybe 16.
yeah, for a teenager, $500 is a lot of money.
But was through the months, yes. I received it was a very low amount, like I don't know if I can convert it, but it was like $100 per month. Was like a low level trainee job.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent almost everything because I didn't have. I was young.
Well, you aren't the first guest who spent money back in the day, and then something very bad happened. The game became unavailable. How did you feel then?
Near the end, I started doing some map making, but um, on the forum, people posted their idea and wait some people to pick them. So I thought, why not? So I started developing maps. But back in the day, my experience was so low, so it's very difficult doing the code. Nowadays, would be much easier to do the scripts, the things. But pretty shocked. I was pretty shocked because I spent a lot of money basically, and I suddenly ended. Um, yeah,
I mean,
today,
that must have felt pretty bad.
because there was no. Hey, there was an announcement, but like 30 days, like the game was ending, so yeah.
And about
So
the
near the
map
end,
making, about the map making, do you have those maps still you made back then?
I was looking around. I have the files, but not the scripts, so I lost them. That's a pity.
Yeah, that's really a pity. It would be so nice to play a back in the day ult map.
Yeah, what was on this. I was the very beginning, but it was interesting to make a map, a script. Yes, I was gonna make it interest, but it was gonna take a lot of time. Yes.
So
Yeah,
and
it's not easy. So not easy.
And when did you learn then some years passed, and when did you learn about Skylords Reborn? When did you
I trying to remember where I did see it. Maybe on the Facebook page of Battleforge. I remember there was a site about the project starting, but no dates yet. So the next three years, basically, I didn't check again. But it came to my mind, so I checked it again, and it was launched. So it was very surprising. Yeah.
So when did
Coming
you
back to this.
when did you join the game then?
When?
21? Was it 2020? 21?
It was after the reset.
Yes.
After the reset. So maybe start of 2022, 22 maybe. Start. I don't know if there.
Maybe the first part of 21.
Yes, maybe. I don't remember right now. Maybe when I joined the forum. No. Maybe second part of 2021.
All right. So you did get no Snapjob promo.
No, I didn't get it. Oh, my
Eh.
forum date is March 13. March
All right.
13, so first part of 21. But I didn't get this Snapjob.
Yeah, I also didn't get it, and I have something like February. We were just a little too late.
That was a shame. But basically, as a staff right now, I have some privilege, like getting the card myself. So, yes.
So, what game mode do you like the most?
So I most play PvE nowadays, most rPVE, because after some time playing the same maps become a little boring. But sometimes I miss the maps and play it again, like Empire, Haven Ends. Most multiplayer maps, like, interacting with players. Don't like a single player map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of the big points of the game that is that cooperative gameplay.
Yes, in the future maybe we are doing something to incentive players playing those multiplayer maps.
Mm-hmm.
So
And what
maybe
faction
something like happy hours
Oh
for
yeah.
PvE.
Yeah, not happy hours, but maybe happy weeks with map of the week or something like that.
Yeah, something like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think if there would be something like a map of the week, and the map of the week would be, let's say, Empire, then everybody would crowd up in Empire, and that would be pretty a good time, I think.
Yes, additional rewards. Yes.
Yeah, people will follow the rewards.
Yes, there's a high chance that will happen.
I mean, I don't know. Is it the same with you? When I'm launching up the game, there are some times where I literally don't care what I play. I like the game as it is, and if it says go Empire, I will go Empire.
Yeah, sometimes I just create a game Empire. So I like Empire because for my preferred color is fire. So it's challenging for fire. Like you can't simple walk forward. You have to think before attacking. So it's a pretty challenging map. I like it. And you can help your teammates. So there's a lot of teamwork.
So you like it because it is challenging this way?
Yes, it's challenging for Purifier, yes.
So, and that's already the next question. Is Pure Fire your most favorite faction, and why?
I like aggressive nature. Like you have to be proactive, like because you basically don't have heals. So you have to think how most effective way of destroying the enemy if you lose your units. So, for example, in Empire, nomads are very good against the visual that flies. So you can use the 3 nomads and trollens as the flying unit. It just basically destroys it, and there's no downside. Like you can run away. So it's a very smart way of just going ahead with fighting. So that's it. So Purifier, it's challenge, yes, aggressive. The challenge to keep your units alive, destroy the enemy fast.
Yeah, it's so funny because when we do a contest or when I'm interacting with speedrunners, they always use, of course, nomads and mines. But when it's really for a contest or something like that, they switch to the fire nomad to be even more aggressive.
Yes, I prefer fire nomad too. Like I don't ever use the green one. Because I don't. If you are playing fire, you shouldn't. You should go all the way fire, and not, that's another motive I don't like. So Spicer Green, for example. So Spicer Green is like you are not committing to Shadow. I prefer So Spicer Fire because there's more value up to tier 3, T3. So
yeah, that's very cool. I never used the fire Soul Splicer because I'm lazy.
It's pretty strong on Empire, the Soul Splicer Fire, because you can place them behind the walls and the buffer, it's for free, and works on T3. 50% damage boost.
That sounds pretty cool. And what's your favorite unit?
My favorite unit. I like Batarial Purple.
All right. Why?
Why? Because it annihilates the enemy, like smashes the hammer, and basically buffs fire every way, smashing the enemies, disintegrating them.
Usually, purple Batarial is used with another unit. What do you are you adding any unit to the Bata? Fire Dragon?
When I play for PvE, normal PvE, it's Batarial and Fire Dragon. For rPVE, I prefer Batarial Purple and Batarial Fire.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
They don't buff each other, but like it's supposed to say you can buff the damage of the aura, but they are quite strong. Fire Dragon is have too low AGP for rPVE. Because in the rPVE you can start with a hammer smashing, so it's quite strong.
And of course, we will also play some game today. So my question to you is, what will we play today?
Today we can play Raven's End.
Raven's End? Oh, I should have invited you earlier.
It's a patch challenge map, Elder Empire. I like that one too.
Why aren't... you are on my friend list, of course. I was wondering if you are not on my friend list. That would be weird. So, it is Raven's End.
It can be considered even more difficult than Empire, because you have to be proactive, basically. You can't wait. You have to go and destroy the bases.
Alright. And you're not coming to my side? Everybody does his own side? I mean, as you wish.
If you go the same side, it's probably easy.
We seek a challenge. Maybe we go separate and see how it goes.
Maybe it will be more interesting.
Worst case, we restart.
Yeah, I mean, probably won't lose, but it'll probably take some time to finish.
Yeah, we have time.
But you asked about my favorite unit, but my favorite card is Comet Catcher.
Is it?
I played. It's my most used deck in rPVE. Comet Catcher with what's the name of the turtle?
Tuatogon.
The fire turtle. Moloch, yes. So I go with a single Moloch into the camps and nuke them with Comet Catcher.
Yeah, I lately played one of those, how is it called, Comet Catcher delivery systems, which adds Sky of Sage to the Comet. That's pretty powerful.
Sometimes I play it too with Sky Off, but it's too slow. Like I have to switch arms or play M Monument. So I generally go Purifier and with Sky of Sage, yes, it's much stronger, but takes some much time.
So I have to concentrate for a second to not die.
Yes, not trivial. This have to be fast enough because the waves will be coming if you go too slow.
All right. So you said it's true that you were lured by Majora, but my question now would be, how many of those changes that were in that original community update did you already implement?
I remember there's five changes. Right now, cosmetics is the biggest one.
Yes.
There was map progression indication, like you would know which maps you complete, but that's in progress. Yes, basically two. Because the others are more difficult. Like my map mutators was one of them. Was one
So
of the
and
changes that.
how far are they progressed already?
Map mutators is in the very beginning yet.
All
Because
right.
it needs. Oh wait, I'm dying here. Oh no. Second. Yes, map mutators is very difficult because we have to make some internal changes to the logic, like when to apply the modifier, how to how to get them to the replays, how they will show in the Y.
Mm-hmm.
So they will be very difficult to like not difficult and take a lot of time probably. So is in the very beginning yet.
So, but you are someone who mainly works behind the scene. What those things you speak, let's say, be it cosmetic, be it something else, those are things that are very, 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 very important. But you basically never appear. How is that like?
What I think about doing things, because I'm basically up here myself, so I think of the usefulness of the feature. Like, um, will it be cool? Like, uh, so uh, it's most about the satisfaction. Uh, I know if if a feature is nice, I mean I like the feature. Probably the players will like too. So it's a tough process of what to do next.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, oh no.
Well, I switched my game in my gate in time. you
Me
are
too.
you
No.
are in trouble now.
Yes, but oh no. Basically, I think we lost. Nah, I think I lost. No, I think I lost.
Yeah, I
I
can't
bring
say.
I bring a fire swarm, but won't be enough because this aggressor is too strong. 100, 1800 damage. Yeah,
Well, let's
that's
see.
why
Let's
it
see. Let's see if you survive.
mm. No, but yes, the Hazer Shard didn't. I couldn't bait. Oh no. Yeah, two people are much. It's much easier.
So, um, let's do both on one side then.
Yeah. Yeah, that will be the way.
I was seeing.
So
I was seeing some questions in the chat, but I will ask them later. But I'm noting, just 1 second. I'm noting them down so I don't forget them. Just 1 second. I will stay on the normal topic for now. So we have one. Just writing them down. Okay. So if I got this right, you just want the cool features to happen, and the rest doesn't matter much. You are not in for the fame.
yeah, because you can see cosmetics. Cosmetics are super cool. So everyone's using it. As a player myself, it's a cool feature. So yeah, that's it. It's a volunteer work. So not really in for the fame. But for the satisfaction itself.
So let's talk about your job. You are officially your title is server developer, and many of us most likely have no idea what a server developer does. What do you do? What are your duties?
Yes, my official title is full stack developer. So as
Full stack is a programming language, right?
well, when you say full stack, it's about the full stack, like client and server and whatever in the middle.
Okay.
So I'm one of the few server developers that can work on the server. Others being Lada, HANA, Cubic. Cubic itself don't work that much on server, but sometimes. And the others, Lada and HANA, are basically inactive in developing scene right now. So yes, as a server, I work on the connection, on the data being sent and the packets. The logic for validation, like for cosmetics, I have to validate the how much money do you have, if you can buy something. So I mean, I could work only on the server, yes, but that's the very limiting because I would have to wait for someone to develop the UI. So I like to work on full stack because you can do pretty much anything. I can pretty much start doing anything on my own. Like someone typed something on the Discord channel, which I did sometimes, like pick up a suggestion and do it. If it's fast enough, it's good enough. Of course, map mutates, for example, it's not something I can do in a day, but there are some things I can pick and do very quick, depending on what it is. So yeah, that's an advantage of my role, and I'm pretty much independent.
So it sounds like you are all working together more or less, and it wouldn't matter much if you are a server or a client or whatever developer. It doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, I mainly do my the client side and mainly do my own feature, but sometimes people like Metagross works on client too. So sometimes he does the UI and then do the server changes. It's a way to split the work. Split the work. So, but it don't happen a lot. It don't happen that much.
No, man.
Fallback. And this rage famous.
Yeah, he's going away. But I tried to keep the razor shard engaged, so we kill him.
I will bait the healer shard of my moments. There's a quick reel back here. You have to go in the melee range to disable its attacks.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So basically, no one just counter for it.
Oh, he then starts to go in melee. All right.
Yes. You can bait with ranged units to like go near it. Now there's 2 flying things. Throw spears at them. I throw spears.
This is the most famous bug shredder because he shoots so weird. Alrighty, now we got this under control.
That's good.
So, what programming languages do you use?
So for server, it's mostly C++, but there is Rust too. I mean, you can. There's a Rust piece of code that is the proxy. It is the middle of server and client. It does some logic, some cards, some changes on the original game. So it's made in Rust, and the client is XML and Lua, Lua Commons scripting language. So actually the most most time spent is on the UI to adjust the XML to align things, to get the size right. Takes a lot of time to do the UI.
So
Because have so much elements, so it must fit both resolutions, high and low.
mhm.
So why takes half the work basically.
So the UI is in XML, which is something like HTML, just more fancy.
Like what?
HTML.
Yes. HTML. Yes. XML.
Yeah.
XML.
It's just more fancy in my opinion. And don't you want to take the orb, or should I take it?
I can. Normally, I would let the other player.
Okay, if you are so nice, then I take it.
Normally, we can kill the ship, but out of energy. If you throw 6 lines at it, let me see. See, Nomad does a lot of damage.
Yeah, Nomad is absolutely awesome.
And the fire affinity also. Oh no, die, please. Die. No.
He has 168
No.
life
I
left.
will kill it. I will kill it. Throw spears. Go. Oh.
I caught him with an oink.
I will die, but kill it. Also, the fire affinity affects the spear, so it's nice.
Oh, I'm learning new things here.
It does 900 damage, so it kills things very fast. Fine things.
Alrighty, let me heal for a second and then we can go.
But for server, there's the database too, so it's SQL. SQL? How to say it in English?
Yeah, SQL, as far as I know.
So there's some square, new tables, new fields if it's necessary.
So the server, just that I get it, the server the server itself is in C or C++, whatever.
C++, yes.
The server is in C. There's a database which contains all the player data and whatnot in SQL, and the UI is made in XML.
XML and Lua for the visual part is XML, but the logic is Lua, the scripts. The commands,
Okay.
Like you buy something, it's a Lua command.
But that's something I wanted to ask you. That's something I wanted to ask you. We have this UI. How much, if you wanted to, we don't change everything because of the game is how it is. But if you wanted to, how much of the game could you change? Everything? How it looks?
We can change about 70% because there's some white code on the original game code. So on the original game code, there is white handling, so we don't have access to it. For example, RB building, like the top right number. It is in the original code how to increase the number, when to display the orb. So while I can change the position, it's difficult to me to change how it's. I don't know how it's did to the Y. Because we were thinking about something like displaying how much time is left for our orb to be completed. Somehow like a timer. But that's difficult because we needed to we would need to work with the original code to do the new functionality. So it's not that simple. But if we need to change the alignments, it's easy. The Y files, like the RB file itself, the orange, for me it's fine. The orange image, it's easy. We can replace the image, but not control the logic itself. It's more difficult. It's not available in Lua.
It's very weird that you can change some things and others not.
Yes, there's a lot of things in the original code handled in the background. But a lot of things are, like new features, are pretty much done by ourselves, so it's available to change. You can take this one too, this power, this wheel.
No, take it. Just take it.
So here we spawn a lot of fire swarms, so we can defend the base. Well, yeah, there are a lot of things we can't change. That I don't mean can't, but it's very difficult to get where to change it. Like map mutators, where do you put, where do you activate the mutator? Like when starting the match and when you are in. So that's part not public available. Like it's not readily available. Because if it was simple, I basically would have done it already.
So what's the relation between? I mean, I'm in the Forge and I have the Forge menu, but then I have a loading screen and then I'm in the game like we are right now. Is that the same engine running, or is that somewhat different? Or how is the relationship between what I see in the Forge and what I see right now?
The code base is the same for in-game and on the Forge, but for server, it's two separate instances. There's an instance for Forge and an instance for matchmaking. So when you start a match, it basically switches the server. It's another address. So there are two servers.
Okay.
When you are starting a match, it basically it is connecting to the other server. Like
okay, I didn't know that.
So you have to think about that because there are two. One can't access another direct. So it's basically between database things. They can see each other's data. It causes some limitation, but it becomes more resilient having two separate things.
Well, that's I had no idea that it works like that. You have to take the orb.
Because back in the days there was a discussion about region servers, like having servers close to people, but that would cause more people to be splitting. Like it would dilute the players in between servers. So in the end, it's just one server.
Yeah, of course.
But could be by region.
That was already discussed in some point. I mean, maybe when we once have 100,000 player, we can split off stuff. But right now, it would be madness to split.
It should maybe to happen someday, but probably it's very difficult because of the player base right now. But it's a possibility.
But speaking of servers, when you trying to do some changes, is there a secret developer server that's not the test server?
Oh, that's right. I can run the game itself on my machine, on my local machine. I can run everything. So you can say it's they trust me because I could share the code, but it's my responsibility to not leak anything, like not share I must. It's the responsibility of my position.
So you have a local copy of running your own server at your computer, and you change that and try things out, right?
Yes, basically when developing on server, I need to reload the server, but on Y I can reload the Y with it running. It's a common workflow for client developers. You can just reload the Y within, just change a file, reload the Y. It's quick and easy doing Y elements this way. But for server, I must restart the server, so I must log in again. So it sometimes takes some time to test server changes. But yes, I have a copy of everything, like database. I can do anything I want. It helps debugging the code itself.
Mm-hmm.
This will be difficult. Well, I must disable this cannon.
That cannon hurt.
I have a suppressor on it. So
yes, let's start with the Soul Hunter. I should activate my paladins.
destroy the star, the cheerleading. It will be suppressed. But yeah, and then deploy to test. Today I can deploy anything I want to test server independent of anyone. So because we are doing some tests workflow internally, so I can make it available to some people test, validate my changes. Because sometimes I miss something, like some detail. It's difficult to test everything. Like cosmetics is a big feature. It's a big feature, and there was a lot of testing. There was a lot of details. Like it was not showing inside PvP matchmaking. So and I didn't play PvP so much, so I missed it. So
yeah, I get it. I also remember that on the side, on the right side, that small menu with the people and names, there were also some issues with that, if I remember right.
Yes, true. Like there was some discussion about showing college backgrounds there or not, but too small to too much cosmetics there. But yes, but I consider it finished current cosmetics. But maybe in the future, animated cosmetics. Don't know. Probably.
Animated cosmetics, that will happen.
But that's a bit very difficult because animated is like multiple images, like multiple images sequentially displayed. So it's like 30 more times work. So because the artist needs to do like 60 images compared to doing
true.
just one. So the question is, I do like 10 cosmetics or one animated? Like that's the question.
That means we simply need 100 artists. No, we simply need 10 artists, and then the game would look much better.
Yeah, there's a because happy hours, for example, it's the animation is like a fire with 60 images. Map of the day probably will be something like that, like animation. Don't know, like lighting animation. It takes some time to do, but don't know. Maybe it's not that complex because animation basically you are repeating the same image, like compared to doing 10 new things. So maybe animating it's easier, less complex. But yes, that's a question I have to ask. Yes, that's always a question. Like where to work, what's worth doing. Takes so much time. Like people have availability. But for myself, I can work it whatever. Like I can pick something and I just work on it. So
you
of
are
course, I mean,
you are pretty independent in what you do or what you don't do. But
yes, but
that's
for
one question I have anyway. How does it work? Who tells you, come on, Ult, let's do this next? Who is
okay.
giving you the orders?
Okay, just concluding the previous thinking, I can do anything other than arts. So, like doing new achievements, I need someone to do the icon, or new cosmetics. I need someone to do the cosmetics. So there's some dependence. But who tells me to do things? Basically, Wind Hunter, Major, is that
Majora.
how to say? Major. Basically, Wind Hunter, because he is the main. What's the name of the position? Designer, yes, design leader. So, like, but for example, we'll be having, don't know, like doing new achievements for all the new achievements were written by Wind Hunter. So sometimes there are some limitations, so I work with him or clarify some things. But um, sometimes I pick randomly, basically random on Discord. Like, why? Like, someone wanted you to save the card filters, like the one on the left side of the screen, because every time it opens a certain way, like all filters marked. So someone wants to save, like a default filter. So I picked and did it. But okay, not live yet. But like I did it. Like it's basically ready to review to go ready. So it's a consideration when we things on Discord. Like, is it easy? Like, is it useful? Saving the filter it's mid useful. Like, it's not that useful, but it's a quality of life. And it's easy to do because it don't involve server. It's just the UI, just the client side. So if it involves only the client side, it's basically much faster to do. Because of the workflow, it's much simpler to approve. But yes, most of them are work by Wind Hunter. But cosmetics. I don't know where the discussion came from, but probably should we have an internal discussion how to incentivize players to play. But I think basically Wind Hunter as it's the final say. So okay, I did the filter, but was it approved? Like I did without talking to anyone. So maybe it's not what the design is seeing, what the design is thinking. Maybe it's not that useful. Maybe it has other consequence. Okay, filter is simple, but maybe some things has other unseen consequence. So every time I do something, I ask first feedback of people of the staff of the critics. So everything at least staff has to look upon before release. So
Okay. By the way,
and people discuss.
you should repair your tier 2 orb or it might fall.
Oh shit! Where am I? Where are my Squadrix? They die? Wait, maybe my Skyfire went in the center? Oh, I should have told them to hold position.
Yeah.
Probably they throw itself.
It looked like there was a bigger wave or something like that, and suddenly everything died there.
Uh, So there is feedback for the process. I can't just release a feature. And for people to give their opinion, like saving filters is useful, yes, but what if did something different? Like one thing on the community update we are talking about initially, there is map progression indicator. Like you can hover on the word map to see which maps you completed. But internally, it's the was a consensus about the visibility of the map. Maybe it would become too crowded, like too much art, too much unrelated art on the old map. Like if add the star switch map, it would become crowded, like too much things going on. So we didn't agree yet on which art to use. Like would be stars, would be crowns, would be on hover or permanent on. So there are some questions about that. And like my progression indicator is not something that useful. It's a quality of life, true, but not that useful. So sometimes it becomes stale. Okay, so maybe I'll come back to it sometime, but for now it's basically stale.
The map is harder. The map is harder than you think once you stay within the tiers.
This bandit ship is too strong. It's shot. It's one shot. Basically, the XLR units. This mothership, bandit ship. Yes.
One thing I'm interested about is the relationship between the work we see and the work we don't see. Let's take an example. Let's say we take something like the compare profiles. All right.
Okay.
How much of the work, if you say you need, I don't know, 10 hours to do this, how much of this work is stuff that we see and how much is stuff that we don't see behind the scenes?
The UI plays a pretty big part. So I would say the UI in this case for compare profile is half the work. Actually, the server logic is super simple. Like not super, but it's simple. Adding features is much easier than changing things because when adding things, they are independent to anything else. So it's much easier. So you can say compare profiles client is half the work, or more than half the work. But maybe 10 hours, maybe less.
Was it less? That surprises me.
I can't because I don't really know how much. Sometimes I work a lot on something, but the metric I have how much days it is pending for review. So, for example, cosmetics took about eight months to complete. So when I joined the team, it took about 6 months to go live. Oh, match the synced. Oh no. So you can compare things.
Yeah, for the average Skylord like I am, it's really hard to judge how much work what is.
I don't know about hours, but I probably spent more than I can think because when I start something, I go to the end. Like I don't give up on it. So I tend to, I don't know, maybe if I feel that's in the development field, like when you start developing something, you go to the end. Like you can't give up on it. But don't know, like, we can compare cosmetics with cosmetics with compare profiles. Cosmetics took about 6 months. Compare profiles took, took about 6 months to yes to go live, but to finish. Yeah, that's important point on my works. Things take a lot of time to go live.
Yeah, funny. That's the next question I wrote up. The next question is, why is everything taking so long?
When doing client things, it's much simpler because there's low impact. You don't need to check much more logic. But when doing server changes, there's a lot of questions like, is it safe? Is it secure? Maybe the player can exploit it. Maybe there's a corner case. Like in buying cosmetics, did we test everything? Like if the player tries to buy something 10 times, or so there's a lot of details on server, and so it needs to be reviewed by someone else. And those people depends on those people. Like it's a volunteer work. There's their time, the current lives. There's the going back and forth between comments. So maybe I miss something. So they comment on my feature. So I need to fix it, review, rework, or so I can say most of the delay is of the nature of the work, the volunteer work, the people schedules, and the complexity of the job. So it's not simple because how can you review something? You need to test it to validate, and you can't just look the code. Of course, you can look at the code, but you can't guarantee it to work. It's safe, so they need to test to set up the test. That's why we set up a new test workflow for internal people to test the new features. So MM can alleviate the work for the reviewers. Just a quick comment: the match the sync, so
Oh,
they might not be seeing.
That's why you are not moving anymore. I already wanted to tell you that I have an orb for you, but you don't. But that you don't see, right? I just finished clearing up the tier 3 spot for you, but that is not on your side anymore.
That's a shame.
That's really a shame. So
normally,
maybe that's a good place to ask. What is happening when the game desyncs?
So there can be difference between my client and your clients, but that's very difficult because you launch the game using the launcher. So the launcher checks the files. So they should define the files itself. Because can we start with different files, with modified files? Yes, you can for developing. Like when people are testing, they are testing with different files. So if you play with someone that's testing something else, you probably will desync because they have like different power values, different stack values. But there's some internal rare cases, like if two units spawn at the same time, they maybe swap the IDs. Like on my side, there's a sequence like one after another, but on your side, maybe the order is inverted. Like maybe one came before another. So that's very rare cases.
So that's that. that would be a random desync when if two things really happen more or less the same time, and your client and my client disagree. They disagree which happened in what order.
Yes, but it would need to be like almost the same time, like on the same game tick. So it's a very rare case. Maybe you are test. I launched using the launcher, so my files should be up to date. But other than that, yes. But we can't really fix this because it's deep in the original code. It's difficult to track. It's not something simple to do.
But when testing stuff, I already encountered that one of the guys has some files different, and then of course it's not working. That's clear. But it's kind of weird because when I check out the log files, there is something like tenths or hundredths of a second, and that's the order of everything that happens one by one by one by one.
Yes, true. Nothing really happens at the same time. It's sequential, but they have to agree on that sequence. But it's easy to desync with different files, but with the same files, it's very difficult. But happen now.
So I wanted to, because we already talked about map modifiers. I also have a question about that. That I think that map modifier, which was in the original community update from Majora, that map modifier is one of the best ideas, I think, because it would change replayability, especially for veterans.
Yes.
How much work would that be to make that happen?
Okay, the modifier itself is like a spell. So we have card developers. They can work in parallel in that, like doing mutators, like doing spells.
Yes, it's like a wheel. It's like a wheel of gifts in the background.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's like auto buff. But there are a lot of complications, like if it didn't change an unit, it will remove that mutator. It's not really something that would be desirable. Okay, the Y. Okay, we have the Y. We have to add a new space for the mutator icons, like which one to choose, or mandatory mutators like map of the week. We have a random mutator. We will have.
Sounds awesome. You're talking about stuff that sounds way too good to be true.
But mutators is something I look forward to, but not. It will take a lot of time. We have to. We have to do additional validation on the match. Like are the mutators valid? We have to have a mutator indication, like on the world map. The map with mutators would have like a corrupted animation, like something like a virus, like a toxic virus.
Okay, then you have to make the effect true. You have to, or
yes.
you might want to display that this unit is buffed, right?
Or on the world map itself, like a happy hours fight, it will have the map of mutator would have an effect too, like animation. So we have the Y, the matchmaking, we have the mutators icons. At the first, they won't be selectable, like they would be mandatory or not. You can launch or not with mutators, but you can choose the mutators. They are random. Maybe in the future you can choose the mutators. Don't know. Like enable all the mutators, like 10 mutators. Yeah, like for a super challenge.
Yeah. For the mega achievement, be the overmaster of the forge. Yeah, but that all sounds so good. But what are we talking in time? How much time would it need? Let's say I pay you which I can't, but all right. I pay you. You are working 8 hours a day on making this happen. How long would it take?
8 hours.
Yeah, that's a work day. 8 hours.
Doing the wires to display the mutators like inside the matchmake wouldn't take too long. I must have the icons. Like 8 hours probably should be okay. Like the wire itself. But the background logic for the server logic would need logic for selecting the mutators.
Yes.
The like we have to change the replace too. We have to do new valid. We'll basically break a replace again. That's difficult. That's a long term goal. I can give an overall estimation of a month. 1 month. Like if we work.
I will start I will start a Patreon to pay you for 1 month to do this.
Because, but it's not only we need art, we need spells, we need
true.
We need to change match logics. It's not public. Is not ready available. The logic for the match start. So
I have to pay. So I have to pay you, Crazy Cat Girl, and Tweeto.
And probably Kubik too. Kubik, it's work on the
Kubik on the backside.
Yes, the changing the game's behavior.
Let's start the Patreon to make this happen. Man, that would be so cool, really.
We have some mock-ups of it, but
yeah,
we have some problems. Like we have some problem because when you activate a mutator, it counts as a card played, so it messes the first monument logic. But we could activate a mutator as being the enemy, but there's a lot of problems with that. Like if we do an enemy buff, we have to think of the targets, like which affect all the enemy factions. Like for example, Slave Masters, there's 2 enemies. There's the Twilight and Bandits.
Yes.
So we have to think how to affect both and not only one.
Oh, or you might have to edit every map to say which units will receive the buffs and debuffs.
Or maybe which team we use to activate the mutator? Like we use the player team or the enemy team.
I wasn't thinking about that. But if you use
the enemy, team, it might affect the other enemy too. So it's undesirable effect. So it's a problem we need to solve.
Oh, that's way more complicated. But that's the answer that I wanted to hear. That I start to understand how complicated it is.
But yeah, in this case, Kubik is fundamental to the change the game's behavior.
I got yes.
Just concluding the top. I know what Kubik does, and I tried to maybe start doing what he does, but he's so much down he already has so much experience, so it's much faster for him to do. Yes.
Yeah. Without Kubik, we are lost, right?
Yes. Basically.
Yeah. I got one more question for you, and then we make a short break for 5 minutes.
Okay.
The one, and after that we continue. The one question that perfectly fits to this episode, because I was already saying 8 hours at work, and let's say you would work on the game every day nonstop as a job. And I'm not asking about the map modifiers now. I'm asking in general. What would be the thing that you want to make possible? What would be, let's say you have a year or 2 years or 10 years, whatever, how much time you'd like. What is the one thing that you would want to see in the game?
Other than the mapping mutators, I'd like an expansion on the Amy edition and the Frostfire faction.
Oh, the Frostfire faction, really?
I will do, but I don't know if my job fits that. But we probably need new mechanics added to the game. Like, don't know, maybe Frostfire would have a mechanic of don't know, joining units together, like combining units. Don't know, but I think there will be new mechanics to be that will need to be done. So we need server changes, could be work, but yes, I'd like to see how Frostfire will be.
That's a nice suggestion. I like that.
Don't know, Amy will be spent. I read his work, but Frostfire will probably will be long term.
Yeah, I know. But that's how it is. I mean, we have time, don't we?
Yes, but cards are not exactly my area, so it's not really on me, those things.
I mean, I think
So
it's a question for everybody, for us to be patient, because the game develops, it does, things happen, but it just needs time.
Yes, maybe new models, new image models.
Yeah, if somebody would break the model barrier, that would be nice.
There is something at work, but those things working with that takes a lot of time too. Those things aren't easy.
I don't know if I said this already, but if we ever are able to change models, I would start to write every day on the forums that we need to change the promo. Because all this, because all the stuff that is sticking inside of him should be removed on the promo. All that spears and stuff.
Okay, but it's so cool, like war damage from war. He's damage, or is he suffering? So
yeah, I don't. He has one spear. I have that on the screen right now. He has one spear right through his muscle, and I think he should be relieved of that.
If new mods are added, I would want like some crazy machine. I don't know, like more fire things or Frostfire. Let's see.
Yeah, Frostfire with machines, that would be very cool.
Because if you think fire is attack and frost is defense, so how is attack and defense together? Like, don't know. It's difficult to think of something.
Yeah, that's true. But some people said that you just take fire and water, and then you just have steam. So we should do something about steam engines.
It's too straightforward. But frost are builders and fire is power, like robots with fire power. I don't know.
Maybe
robots that can assemble, that can join.
I mean, I think the Ironclad is a frost unit, but it is something that could be fitting all that mechanical, but could be fitting Frostfire very well.
Yes, fine. So, but that will take some time because Amy is in progress and there's only a few cards. So, and the new models, don't know. Let's see what happens.
All right, let's take a small break for 5 minutes. Just I'm using the toggle line. Everybody should stand up, drink a glass of water, stretch yourself, and in 5 minutes we return with the rest of the stream.
Okay, see you in 5 minutes.
Alrighty, and we are back. I hope Ult is back too.
I'm here.
Gmaka on the chat is already going down the rabbit hole of all things that could be changed once we change animations and models. Especially he's complaining of some annoying spawn animations that are taking so long.
Like it? I love it for spawn animations.
Yeah, there are
Maybe
some spawn animations like the Wrecker. The Wrecker, if you spawn him, he is not attackable for a long time. Or the Dryad. The Dryad is falling from the skies forever.
Maybe that's a PvP feature, like to balance things.
I totally agree that if we change that, that would have some implications for PvP and for speedrunning.
Maybe, yes. Maybe you can play rPVE, you know.
Yeah, fully. Maybe somebody from the stream joins us. I'm quickly taking the good position.
Yeah, that's the perfect position for fire.
So,
but I like to help the second position. I would do a mine for you.
I'm playing my Twilight deck, Twilight Edition. So I'm starting off with a mine myself.
Okay, nice.
What's the most fun part of your work?
So, basically, when I start something, it's because it's cool. So it's the nice parts is see the best parts is see things happen. Like sometimes I do things really quick, just a mock, but take a while to refine the why. But sometimes I can do things really quick. So it's the best to see things working, things happening. Things that will take months previous for me to see. Okay, it will probably take months to go live, but I can see it before, like show people about it, internal stuff. Okay, ask for opinions. It's nice to show people the developments.
So it seems like you are a guy that want to make stuff happen again.
Yeah, it's the advantage of my position, so I can do anything basically. Okay, art, some cubic things, but Arts, I can do some mocks, like take something from AI generated, just see, or use something else from the game. But yes, I can say I like to make things happen.
And what are you most proud of the things that are already live? What is the coolest thing you did?
Yeah, the one that took the most work was for sure cosmetics. It was my first task. Of course, it started very simple, like a client task, but it then expanded to server. It took months, and relative to big. If you look at the code base of the changes that were made, so it was the biggest and yeah, the most proud because there was so much details.
I mean, you already listened to the stream, to the previous episodes, and I can say it to you again. The one of the best things is the cosmetics for sure, because it makes the Skylords look good. It makes a Shadow Skylord really. A Shadow Skylord wasn't a Shadow Skylord before. You made it happen that Shadow Skylords are really Shadow Skylords.
The shadow was very good, but I think there are some factions missing, like the Tarchu portraits. No, Tarchu borders. I think there are some missing yet. We planned initially to launch up to T3 borders cosmetic, but it's a lot of work. Like it's not simple to simple. It's not simple to just do it. But certainly it will be expanded in the future.
I mean, maybe the tier 3 borders, etc., will be earned by an achievement or something like that in the future.
Yes, basically, it will expand on the current achievements because you can do achievements to get tier 2 and 1, but when it's ready, everyone that fulfills the requirements will get it on launch. So, yes, it's certain achievement, but the problem is the complexity of the art. Like, how do you expand from tier 2 to 3? Like, how is the I don't know how they express tier 3 in artistic way. So it largely depends on our artists. Oh, the famous rundown with Thunders.
Yeah.
The only thing I would do is just go with Fire Dancer.
I got some nasty flying units. You have to take care of that. I have nothing against that except eruption.
That unit is nasty gun. Yes, I'll have eruption too. That's a problem. But
I got the Skyfire Drake. That will help.
you can run down the erupt.
So the game has changed somewhat. What are besides the cosmetic, of course? What are some additions that you like the most that you didn't do? What do you think? Since Skylords, what is the best thing that was added?
That was it.
That was added already. What do you like the most about Skylords?
Compared to the original game,
Yes.
asking.
Yes.
Achievements for sure.
Achievements.
Yes, because it incentives you to play to go out the way, to go out of the normal way. Like how do you complete urban planner? Like no, don't play units. I myself didn't do it, but it's certainly a challenge.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure, and it makes the game fresh.
Like it's much better with achievements. You have a career to getting things to look forward. I don't know how I could play back in the day without anything like this. It was so. Think right now so missing things like. Oh shit.
Yeah, we should run away.
Better sacrifice now.
Yeah, I'm killing them too. I'm killing them
Don't
too.
pull dagger. Oh shit.
Yeah, he
They went the
walks.
other way.
He walks to my orb, and he didn't catch the mines. Oh well. And what is there? Is there anything that you would have done different? Anything? Any change that you didn't like?
That I didn't like. It's difficult to say.
I mean,
Like.
there must be one detail or one another where, let's say, Wind Hunter said will be changed to this or that, and you are still your own person and think, I'm not sure if that is so cool.
There's lots of small features that not really worth the work. But those questions normally comes from players from that I didn't do. Like card filters. It's something that really needs to be done, but it's a cool feature. It's a quality of life. Like saving card filters. I can't remember of one. Maybe displaying cosmetics on reward mails. Like because right now they just are delivered to our account direct. There's no email, no mail. I mean there's the list on the mail, but you don't. It's not attachment.
Yeah.
It's something I would like to do, but it's my like I can say it was turned down because it only needed some hill work of the UI, not worth the time.
The mail system is a mess. The mail system is a mess anyway, right?
Yes, because it will be reworked in the future.
Yeah.
I think that's in progress is that getting achievement descriptions on the mail because currently you basically don't know what you completed sometimes. So it's a thing in progress to get the description in the mail. But it will be reworked in the future. One of the things of the community update, the initial, is the reward system. There is a topic for reworking the reward system, like doing like notifications, like modern games where clicking on the exclamation sign in the get a screen, like a big screen on.
Yeah, I saw that. That was also on the. If I remember right, that was also on the community update, which we talked about. That there was a screen, and you say achievement unlocked, and you get bandit booster ×1.
Yes.
To be honest, I'm not really sure if this is a good idea. I mean, maybe people will like it, but I'm not a fan. But I think that's personal taste, maybe.
Yes, there's a feeling of being just connected with the game, like. Yeah, there is some progress on it already, but it basically stay right now because it's a quality of life, but not impacting. Doesn't have that impact compared, for example, with map mutators or compare profiles. Like compare profiles is a totally new feature that's much cooler than reworking the notifications. Like the systems work, I don't need to work on this right now. So I can say it's a low priority feature. But there is some progress on it.
I didn't make the middle fully clear.
I'll build a comet catcher.
Yeah, you have to finish clearing it. I didn't make it. I screwed it up.
So
There is yes.
some things I need to start now that I don't really do it. Like it's like small things, like adjusting centering on some things. It's because
you are saying this because I wrote you.
yes.
I will show later.
While
I will show later in the Forge what I reported to you. It's really, but it is what it is. It's stuff you have to do.
when because it's not because the current workflow things take too long to go live, so those things gets lost. So because there are too many things to align, like if you look on that, there are too many little things to adjust. So it consumes my workflow, my mind. So
Yeah.
it's not while I okay, it would be good to it to be fixed, but it's not worth the workflow, going out the workflow. Uh, but if we get it like a to-do list, maybe it can happen. But but I could work like on my mutators, so it's a question.
Yeah.
Do I spend my workflow on this, or maybe I start something on my mutators? That's always the question. Always the question. Do I work on this or the other thing? It takes so long to go live it. Like it's worth doing this. That's a not so simple question.
I mean, that's the good question is, what do you think? How much time is healthy to spend on the game as a developer for free?
Help. It's a good question because, for example, if I start on something interesting, generally I would go all the way. Like if I would have a working map mutators, like for example, like Kubix did something to change the behavior from matchmake. I probably spent all the day working on it today. Don't know. I don't know if it's a problem, but I would spend like 8 hours doing something. Like, I spend a lot of time doing things.
I mean,
They are interesting.
I mean, I think it's interesting because other people play for 8 hours and you work for 8 hours for the game.
Yes, that's interesting perspective because I could be playing the same time, but yes, but it's enjoyment in itself. Like getting things to work. It became the enjoyment.
Yeah, true. I mean, you are making
And
stuff happen.
compared to the comfortable feeling we are getting right now, like rPVE, okay, it's a bit different, but it's a comfortable feeling. Like developments, I work with new things all the time, basically. So it's smart. It's exciting, but things take a lot of time to happen. So I like it can be considered a vacation between patches. Like, I am not the person that deploys the patch, so that person like spends sometimes I really go all the way. Sometimes not. It's really busy, so. And I consider it a vacation between patches because normally patches take a lot of time to happen. There's a lot of things to happen in the next patch, so those doesn't really depends on me all the things that go. But they are ready, but they need to be reviewed to tested, so there are a lot of points that need to be considered.
Yeah,
But
I think the next patch, if everything happens that is ready more or less, the next patch will be already too big.
not too big. The next one, probably it's almost coming out. I can tell in really any date, but there is something planned for Halloween. Not really big, but there is something. So probably Halloween or next or near. No, no. Let's see what happens. I just can't
Because
promise.
I'm asking because there was in the survey, there was once, I think 1 year ago, there was the question if if we prefer smaller patches or bigger patches. And I think in some way the next patch has already gotten too big already.
In my vision, because there are cards too, so I don't work directly with cards. So if you combine everything, it can be said as a big patch. But there's a lot of heavy work, testing work, so maybe not coming time. It will not come in time. But for Halloween, there is something planned.
Yeah, we need a new Halloween achievement for sure.
I'm working to get that. Let's see how it goes.
I'm struggling hard here, but it works out. My charges are almost done.
Oh, you're playing Green Vine?
Yeah. Grimvine and Grimvine and
why not Abomination?
I'm playing Twilight without Twilight.
Is semi-Twilight. Abomination is much more cost effective.
Yes, but it's a Twilight unit and I'm playing without Twilight units.
So as patch takes us a lot of time, so in the between, normally I work a lot so there's a lot of things in the queue, so it contributes to my motivation to like, should I start work right now if it take like 6 months to go live? Like, I don't need to work things right now or after the patch, so there is a flexible deadline. Flexible or too long, and
is that demotivating when everything for you, when you have so much stuff ready and it just doesn't go live?
Yeah, that's for sure. But you can say right now I'm on vacation. Like, I don't not working hard as can say I was working hard right now. It's a lose state right now. So it's good because I have more available hours, but they're available to do other things. But sometimes I look at things.
I almost forgot. I wanted to show the people what I reported to you. It's so stupid, but it is valid. I reported to Ult that these orbs here are not centered. They are leaning to the left. That's stuff Ult has to contend with. Capos that are reporting, those are not in the middle.
That can be a minor adjustment. So
yeah, but still,
those minor things.
Yeah, but still, that has to be approved by Hannah. That's still work for more than one person, right?
Yes, it's someone. Hannah will have to take a look. You can say yes. Maybe we can have a to-do list for new content developers, like
Yeah, maybe
like
we should do another community update with cool stuff, but we add centering orbs and, and shit.
It's not worth. And
So, one question that every guest gets, which Machora said I have to ask everybody, is maybe you already heard that we are for a short time entering Dreamland, and in Dreamland you can pick 3 people that would join the team. And my question is, what would their skill set be to help the project the most? You can select anybody you want, any skill you want. What would help the project the most?
I didn't understand the question. I picked 3 persons, 3 people.
Yes. No, so 3 people, and what skills should they have that would help the project the most? Three new people come, imaginary people that don't exist. What does the Skylords Reborn team need?
I would say for server, okay, it's a sensitive position. Like there's a lot of trust, but maybe server to review, because sometimes Kirby can review my things, sometimes I review his things, but runner has the final say. So I think server would be a nice thing, nice position for someone. But there's some trust happening there.
And what else?
Carding no, like having access to the code, so you have to have some responsibility when working with it.
So a reverse engineer?
Reverse engineer first? Yes. Someone good as Kubik would be nice.
A second Kubik?
Second Kubik would be very good.
Okay, and what else?
I would like to see new cards happening faster.
Yeah, you already said card implementer. But you need a card implementer and an artist for new cards, right?
True. New art. So cards are very important too. But new mechanics won't happen with someone like Kubik. Like totally new. That's difficult. So I would say maybe a REST engineer, a card developer, and artist.
Okay.
Because for my mutators, we will be needing new icons for modifiers.
Yeah, we will need loads of icons. Since you are more or less a technician, can artificial intelligence bear the load of making new icons?
Yeah, that's for sure. But I'll be there will be the design feedback. There is a question when you are using the AI. There's a question of respect for the artist itself. So they are there spending their time, but why? If they are there, I should use their work. So it's I think I feel it's a bit of disrespect right now to use AI.
Yeah, I agree. It's really a problem that
But for inspirations, okay, maybe it's not an easy question.
Yeah, I know. That's why it is so good. The hard questions are the good questions.
Oh, the artists are so very good. They're the ones that make the cosmetics are so they have their ability so high, so they know what they are doing. They came out so cool looking. So
No, I came too late to save you.
Maybe I should wait a bit. Oh no, missed the CC image.
I really hate those Twilight brains because you can't control your unit anymore.
More monuments theoretically prevents it, but I don't think it's working right now. The mind control. The was monument. No.
Incredible mode?
No, incredible. Yeah,
Yes.
incredible mode.
Yes.
There's an anti-debuff, but I don't think it's working. Or it's not expected. It's expected not to work, I think. But should work, in my opinion. Prevent the mind controlling.
There were some questions which were submitted before the stream, and I might present them to you. Lichterloh posted several questions. And the first question was, will we see a function to see the number of Skylords in-game?
Currently, we have already a site, the Skylords Hub. So if you want to see the current numbers, you can access that web on your web browser. So it's hub.skylords.eu. There's a lot of statistics there, and there's like how much players online. So as they already exist, probably won't be happening game.
Do you think it's necessary in-game?
No. The question about online players shouldn't really affect your ability to play the game. Like, I can only think of it in a negative way. Like, there's so few players, so I want to play this game. Like,
yeah,
I don't think to have a positive outcome. Because I think it's already established that the game it does have the biggest audience. So if you wanna see numbers, go to the Hub Skylords. There's number of quests, line players, running matches. So
oh lord, we have
not that beautiful, but
we have a real double camp. They have grown into each other.
Oh no.
And my Harvey can't even walk there properly.
Maybe you can do a
look at this
teamwork. Triple tank. Oh no.
This is the two spawners of the camps, I think. I managed to kill one.
Oh, don't have any spells. You're up. And build just now shrine transfer. Nightshade point is much better now. But I would prefer not on death effect.
Yeah, I can support you with spells. I got spells en masse. You can just walk in. You can just walk in and everything will die, hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, I think I need to destroy this bit there. Yeah, that's it for that question. There's some things.
So the next question would be also submitted by Lichterloh. Will there be other ways to communicate that you're searching for a group besides the looking for group status?
Currently, if you try to join 2v2 PvP, you must have a group. preformed group. So what I think would be nice would be if you could join alone and find randomly a group. So I think that's feasible. Like find auto matchmake you with someone else.
That would be cool. A PV.
And there won't be any way change. So like just join.
A PVE auto matchmaker would be kind of cool. But I think he was more thinking about PvP, I guess.
Quick play. But there's only a few PvE, like there's the word map where you can click see like what's available or not. But I feel that the what's the motivation is matchmaking would be certainly very cool. It's very feasible. But yeah. But for me right now, PvP is not a priority, but could be a priority, for example, in the hunter's vision, like the design, like what they are imagining for the game, like the path, the way, like make things better.
Yeah, agreed. Somebody has to set the priorities. We can't do everything at once.
So yes, it's in my vision, it's certainly something that could happen.
And also there was the question, the global chat is overwhelming and spammy. Is it possible to create a separate window, so a new chat window, with only group, team, and match?
When you are in game, there's two tabs, general and others. Okay.
Yes.
So, but outside, could be outside too. But there's some kind of. Do you wanna see all the messages or not? What if you missed some global message? There is a benefit to achieve it there. Do the player want to see our message or not while in a group? So maybe he could disable Gomo, like leave the global channel.
Yeah, you can do that.
I think there are some. You can do that, correct? I think there's some kind of discussion about that, like too much messages together, like region, global, like too much channels. I think the current system when we are in game, it's enough to separate the group from the general. But I don't know about outside the group, the game in game. I feel currently it's enough. I don't know. We should investigate better, like what's the goal we are trying to achieve. We're making things better, or is there an advantage to it? Like, what's the benefit? So things with no visible benefits or low benefits normally are low priority. Or without benefits, I won't even do if it starts.
I mean, it sounds like you really have to manage the time. You really have to manage the time, how much you spend at what.
True. Don't know, maybe separate chats require some reverse engineering. Don't know how. Currently, I would have to investigate how it is handled. So, if it's already splitting for the, maybe could be easy.
Yeah, maybe it could be easily manipulated.
Yeah, it's like get your range of the message and put another tab. I don't know. Have to investigate. Can't answer right now. But in my vision, the benefit is too small.
Since you liked the the Comet Catcher deck. What do you think about Altar of Chaos?
I tried rPVE deck, but it needs too much micromanagement. Like it's difficult to pull off for the benefits. Like Comet Catcher is much easier.
Agreed.
Mm,
And you are destroying your own people. That's kind of
normally,
a problem.
what I would do is Lost Warlord with having a check shift. So just one Warlord and go all the way in, place the bomb, and let Warlord die with it. The Revenant will spawn. So I spawn all the Lost Warlords to recover the ground presence and repeat. So normally would use just one unit. The problem is because it's also kills friendly units of other players. So it's a big problem itself.
Yeah, it is.
Killing other players.
And it looks like he is already running into it. No, he isn't.
But I think it could be spent to allow spawning near friendly units also, not just on units. But it's too risky. Like it's a shadow thing that can kill anything anywhere. Like it would be high trolling potential.
All right. I didn't
But
kill I didn't kill anybody yet.
oh. But it's much better than before because you can spawn it in the like a spell range, like not exactly where units are. So you can place the bombs on the back line. It increases the survivability very much of the bomb. It's already
Yeah,
much better, but I think some things need to change. Like, it's it's not really usable compared to others.
yeah, agreed.
It's very
And there's the risk that you can kill yourself and forget to spawn your building so you can respawn properly somewhere.
yes. So just lost tools for the Revenant present.
Yeah, I will try that. It sounds smart.
And just one single unit. So, but then you need more CC spells, like how to make that unit survive, or let him die. Like, it's not trivial. You need to position your unit, position against the enemies. It's very micro intensive. So I would hope they change it to something else. But I don't know. I don't think it will happen that quickly, or happen at all. I would think of something like collecting corpses and do explosion, or something different from that, like increase the damage. Like go totally different way. Like collect corpses and increase the damage.
Hmm.
Totally different way. Where I have two super weapons that deals damage.
So we are in the end of our list of our questions, and the very last question always is there anything you want to talk about?
That I want to talk. I certainly look forward to do the new features, map mutators. In my position, the Liberty enables a lot of things. So what I look forward to are the new features, the new player experience. So I only hope one day there will be a more bigger audience, like more players. But yes, current it's it's satisfying in its own way.
I mean, what I can say is it is an honor to have somebody on here that usually isn't that much out there in the public, always doing streams or something like that. So I was very, very happy that you came on. You could have said no easily, but it was really very enlightening that you joined. Because there were some things like the you call it map mutators, where I was thinking, why this is not happening? This sounds so easy. You just place some wheel of gifts and you're done. But it is very enlightening to have somebody on that works on the back end.
Oh, trust me, if it was easy, I would have done it already.
Yeah. So, to wrap things up, this was the 5th installation of this series. I hope some people will find it interesting. My next guest will be one of our favorite streamers, Ultralord, in his capacity as a video editor for the Skylords Reborn team, who will join me 14 days from now on the 4th of November. And another special thanks to you, Ult, not just from me, from the whole Skylords Reborn team for all the work that you do. And I hope you enjoyed being on. So can you...
Thank you. It was very fun.
Yeah, I hope it was an interesting experience for you.
Yeah, certainly.
So thanks again. And can you do the honor of signing us off?
Sure. You mean the first Skylords.